Nearly 3 years after Missy Bevers was attacked and killed inside of a Texas church, her family still holds out hope that the assailant in this case will be caught. What happened in this case? Missy Bevers, Terri Brevers, her first name, showed up at about 4:30 in the morning to set up for a physical therapy exercise class that she teaches there in their space. It's a multi-use space, but they have art classes and they have church group there, and they also have exercise classes that the community needs. So she had set up, but she did not know that somebody had broken in as early as 3:30 in the morning, approximately 1 hour before she got there, and started rummaging around through the church looking for valuables. At least that's the cover story that the individual who broke in was trying to portray. A little more information about the actual assailant. So, the assailant entered through a doorway that is used mainly to get into the space. It's not the main door, it's a door just off to the side that is used for bringing in large packages, equipment, and stuff like that. They used a crowbar or a pry bar, a hammer-like object to get the door unlocked. Now, once they enter the actual church space, the individual is covered in tactical gear like a SWAT member from head to toe. Black boots, black pants with multiple pockets, a black t-shirt, a tactical vest, and then a black jacket over the tac vest, and then a black hoodie that only has, kind of like a ski mask, that only has the eye area that covered, and then a mask over that, just like a SWAT member. Now, it should be noted that the jacket did say police across the front and then police across the back. A lot of people speculated that this may have been a off-duty police officer who had an infatuation with Missy Bevers and had gone there to seek their revenge for being rebutted, from their advances. But the SWAT teams in that area and a larger area going outward from where the attack was and the police forces and SWAT teams, no SWAT team in that area wore a tactical setup like this. There are several things that can be seen in the video footage that would lead you to believe that this is somebody who probably saw what a tactical SWAT member outfit looked like on the internet someplace and then purchased all of the items. Now, the police department there did try to track recent purchases in the area and on the internet to try to narrow down the suspect pool, but to no avail. There was nobody who purchased this stuff, or a combination of these items within a 1 year period prior to this actual attack. But all of it can be found on the internet. There wasn't anything special. It's just that the pants and the boots they look like something that a SWAT team member would wear, but they did not match what the actual SWAT teams in a 50-mile area around this used. So it was like they were copying a SWAT outfit from someplace else, maybe St. Louis or Dallas or someplace else, but not there. So they ruled out a police officer, dressed up like this, but they still felt brazen enough to enter the school, the church and school area and break in, and then calmly after the attack, turn around and walk out. So shortly after 45-year-old Terri Missy Bevers entered into the school, the attack happened. Approximately 20 minutes after the attack happened. So, and she was struck several times amongst the side of the temple, the face, lower area next to the jaw, and to the back of the head. She died pretty much, right then and there from blood loss and severe trauma. A student of hers who had come in for the exercise class found her laying out on the floor in the middle of the workspace area, and she called 911, and the paramedics rushed to the scene, but she was pronounced dead before she actually arrived in the hospital. Fishing, I believe. I'm not sure about the area itself, but he definitely was fishing. When he came ashore to, after fishing that day, he received the phone call and he rushed back home. And he was about 3 hours away. He has a complete alibi for the entire time, for the day and a half prior and the entire time on the boat and then after the boat. So he has been ruled out as a suspect in this case. He did cooperate in after getting home, and my heart goes out to them all, to her daughters and her husband. 3 years almost to the point where she was attacked and killed. Her husband is still the only one fighting for her and keeping her memory alive and making sure that the police are held accountable and keep on searching for her. The detectives in this case, who were originally assigned to the murder, have since been reassigned, have transferred out of the detectives division, or have retired. But he keeps this case alive. He keeps everyone on their toes about it. Now, two other things that should be mentioned about this assailant who entered into the building. If this really was a burglary, the assailant walked past several rooms that were unlocked, and as if they knew the room was unlocked, they never even tried the handle to open the door. Other ones where the assailant tried to pry the locks open and get into the rooms, he or she, that is up in the air, but did gain entry into the rooms, but only cursory looked around in the room after gaining entry into the room. So, and nothing of real value was taken from the actual location. There were several high value items that were easily, stolen, but were left behind. One room that the assailant entered into had a projection screen TV setup that was less than 2 feet inside the door, that wasn't even plugged in. It was sitting on a counter that had been used for a presentation the night before. But they didn't take it. They didn't even move it. There was cash and some other valuables in another room, but the assailant never even went into that room. Just walked right on by. So, burglary has really been ruled out. Was this someone from one of her exercise classes that was seeking revenge upon her because she rebutted this person's advances? Was this someone that had known her or knew she would be there at this particular time and nobody else would be there to stop this assailant? Now, I don't use the gender pronoun of he or she. I try not to because of the tactical gear outfit, it could be a woman and it could be a man. We don't know. The person is wearing so much gear that if there is no identifiable marks on the person at all, what is known is the person does walk with either a limp or a gape in their walk and favors to their left side. Back then, 3 years ago, was this something, a defect or something that she was helping this assailant through in a physical therapy capacity? Because she did teach, and do physical therapy and exercise at the same time in this space. Missy put her own life on hold and her own ambitions to give back and to do this for her community. This was something that meant a lot to her, that she wanted to give back. And she did. And in the end, she gave the ultimate price. She gave her life. Now, I'm going to put up some still photos of the assailant, and I'm going to put up pictures up here at the end of Missy, and take a close look at the still photos of the assailant. Again, I will try to put the tip line up. I cannot put the actual video of the assailant because it is copyrighted by Channel 5 News and in her area, and I can't use that video footage. Thank you again for stopping by and watching this video. Don't forget, here at the end is the list of my Patreon supporters and a link if you would be interested in joining my growing Patreon supporters. And go check it out. There's plenty of perks and benefits to being a Patreon supporter. Now, I appreciate every single one of you stopping by and watching this video today. If you're still here and you're still watching, thank you. I appreciate it. Most people drop off at the 5.5 minute mark when I go over 12 minutes on a video. You stay safe out there.